Lady, lying quietly in your grave at Heptonstall, largely unvisited, for one so celebrated, how I weep for you, even though I never knew you, because your daddy stabbed you fatally through the heart. Was it fate? Yes, of course it was. There must be fate, that one who was already doomed to death should have met your dark marauder on the stair, as you called him, the handsomest young man in England, and to boot one of England's greatest poets. How he must have pursued you, with your daddy's dagger in his hand, but this time sharpened by poetry. Oh, wonderful Ted and Sylvia, huge, terrible, visited by gods. Were you, Sylvia, at fault that you murdered the poetess within you, all those unwritten poems you deprived us of? No, your death was your greatest poem. You wrote yourself out. And did Ted wilfully do the dirty on the greatest poetess since Sappho? Or were you both driven by terrible compulsions, out of control, frail barks driven by roaring tempests across boiling seas of poetry? But perhaps it doesn't matter, because now everything matters, as you lie quietly together in Sylvia's grave at Heptonstall. Oh, mystery of marriage, transient glimpse of the eternal, as each year the daffodils come out once more down in Devon, in what for me is the loveliest poem in the language, shivering in the winds of spring, frail handmaids of the everlasting, rescuing daffodils from Wordsworth, Ted called it. You wrote it together, of course. Two great poets, writing the loveliest poem in the language together. Figures out of Greek tragedy, wearing the masks of all things passing, united now by gods, as you always were, now lying quietly together in the everlasting at last, in Sylvia's grave at Heptonstall.